and today I've got a really exciting comparison between the original Osmo Pocket and the newly released Osmo Pocket 3. What's going on, beautiful internet family? My name is Dan Davis and I'm the creative director here on DansTube.TV, which is Australia's #1 ranked drone YouTube channel. So when we look at the original Osmo Pocket, this unit still holds up today. Honestly, it's such a great camera system. It's got a 1/2.3 inch CMOS sensor. It's got a little touchscreen here. It's capable of capturing 4K up to 60 frames per second. It's got the option to connect, different devices, different phones, different accessories, and it's a great unit. It really is, and it was such a joy to use it again. I occasionally take this unit out to film, but while I was comparing it with the Osmo Pocket 3, it just kind of brought back a lot of nostalgia and a lot of memories. So definitely go and check out my original Osmo Pocket content on the channel, because like I said, this unit is still really fun and has a bunch of cool features. But then when I actually put them head to head and saw what the new Osmo Pocket 3 could do, it just shows you how far the technology has come. Now you can see still a very similar kind of form factor. The Osmo Pocket 3 is definitely a little larger, a little thicker. It's got that huge 2-inch OLED display on the front there, which you can flip out to actually turn on the unit. And then you can change the orientation. So if you flip it back down, you can then go into the, either landscape or portrait mode. And that to me was a big calling card, because I found that the actual screen itself, that OLED screen, is actually a 700 nit display. And I found that in all lighting conditions, it could handle it. Where looking at the original Osmo Pocket, it's got such a small display, can be a little bit fiddly to navigate the menus. And just, when you had a lot of sun on the display, didn't really hold up as well as this huge 2-inch display on the Osmo Pocket 3. The Osmo Pocket 3 also has a large 1-inch sensor, that 1-inch CMOS sensor. So if we compare it to the original Osmo Pocket, this is a 1/2.3 inch CMOS sensor. Huge upgrade to the 1-inch sensor on the Pocket 3 here. It was so much fun to test these two out together, and there'll be a bunch of kind of side-by-side clips. I literally held them together just to show you exactly what they could capture. They were both in auto mode. I didn't want to put them in pro and really customize it too much. I kept them nice and close together and tried to keep the movements as smooth as possible. So there'll be a bunch of side-by-side clips that will pop up to let you know which one the Osmo Pocket 1 was and which clip was the Osmo Pocket 3. There'll also be some standalone clips from each device, so you can actually see what they look like when the actual image is in, that wide aspect ratio. So really interested to hear your thoughts and to actually know if you can see a huge upgrade between the original Osmo Pocket and the Osmo Pocket 3 here. Now in terms of usability, they are a similar size, but the Pocket 3 definitely has a larger footprint. It's a little thicker, it's a little taller, and obviously having that larger display does make a huge difference for usability. But I will say that when I actually was using the Osmo Pocket 1, I was finding that it was just a little too small, which is so weird to say, right? Because you think about the technology of this, however many years ago this was released, it blew my mind. Like I, have alluded to in my videos and reviews on this guy here, the Osmo Pocket 1 is such an impressive unit. And even to this day, like when I use it against the Pocket 3, which is the new release from DJI, this feels really small in comparison. Even like just the buttons and the screen especially feels extremely small compared to this guy. But in its time, this was honestly innovative and still really is to this day. But I would say that was one of the initial things I noticed about the Pocket 3. Just the size of it made a big difference. It felt a little bit more meatier, I guess, in the hands, felt a little bit more reliable to hold it. And then to have that large display made it so much easier to change settings and to control different things. So I found that just the usability of the Pocket 3 really does stand out for its size, for that extra large display, and for the extra features that you get on it. It really does stand out over the original. If you are interested in the Osmo Pocket 1 or the Osmo Pocket 3, I will have some links below to check them out. I don't know if the Osmo Pocket 1 will be discontinued in the near future, so keep that in mind if you're watching this video a couple of months from now, but I will have those links below. If you want to get an extra special deal and you're based in Australia, you can use the code DANSTube over on the D1 Store's website. website to save on their items and accessories, only for select items over there. But make sure to use that code DansTube or reach out to sales@d1store.com.au, mention DansTube, and they'll be able to help you out with whatever it is that you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for a few different accessories and maybe the Osmo Pocket 3 and maybe a drone, for example. They'll be able to bundle it up and get you a special deal. Alternatively, if you are an international viewer, I will have some links below for the international viewers out there to check out both devices. Hopefully the Pocket 1 is still available for you if you are interested in that, but I will have links for both devices. Honestly though, by the end of this video, you will be very tempted by the Pocket 3. Another huge thing to mention here, which I was noticing while I was using these two side by side, I've obviously mentioned the screen size and how the Pocket 3 has a 2-inch OLED display. I will say that with the original Osmo Pocket, I found that it was a lot harder to frame the shot because it's such a small screen when you compare it. You know, like when you flip out the Pocket 3 compared to the original Pocket 1, you can see it's a huge difference in terms of size. And I found that it was a lot harder to frame the shot on the original Osmo Pocket. And obviously the Pocket 3 just has such a huge display that it's extremely easy to frame whatever it is that you need. And regardless of the conditions, like if it was extremely sunny, I had no issues with the Pocket 3, but the Pocket 1 did have a few issues. Now, in terms of quality of the image, I found that they both performed really well. Like I said, the original Osmo Pocket is still a great system, but the Pocket 3 has such a significant edge here. And it was actually great when I tested this side-by-side comparison because it was quite an overcast day. So typically an overcast day means that you don't have the best lighting conditions. I found that the Pocket 3 performed a lot better with that larger sensor. It was obviously allowing a lot more light in to that huge 1-inch sensor compared to the significantly smaller 1/2.3-inch sensor on the original Osmo Pocket. So that made a big difference regardless of the lighting conditions. And you also do have like a low light mode on the Osmo Pocket 3, which is even better in low light conditions. So as you would expect, the Pocket 3 performs significantly better when we look at the just overall usability as well as the quality from the video as well. So I filmed a bunch of 4K at 25 frames per second on both units. I'm based in Australia, so I'm using the PAL settings. And I found that, you know, 4K 25 frames per second on both was great, but again, the Osmo Pocket 3 really did stand out here. In terms of boot up time, they both boot up really fast. So we'll start off with the original Osmo Pocket here. I've just pressed the button, it does its little calibration, and the screen is on, ready to record. So really just a few seconds, but when we compare it to the Osmo Pocket 3, flip that screen, and it's instantly ready, like just over a second, maybe just a second, and it's ready to record straight away. You can then flip that screen and you're ready to record in portrait mode, 3K up to 60 frames per second. So significant improvement there. If you're looking for that social media content, you can flip this straight into portrait mode and then flip it back if you want some landscape video of the horizon or whatever it is that you're filming. That to me was a standout feature because it just happens instantly. And even though the Pocket 1 boots up very quickly and you can navigate things pretty quickly, there is a big improvement here with the Pocket 3, and that means that you can capture content straight away without any sort of delay. I would love your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know what you think between the two cameras. Like, are you noticing a big difference when we're looking at the Osmo Pocket 3 compared to the original Osmo Pocket? And what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to boot up both systems. I'm going to do one at a time, and I'm going to kind of just do like a selfie video, and I'm just going to literally talk to the unit just to show you what the audio quality looks like, and then I'll do it on the original Osmo Pocket. So I'm going to flip the screen right here, and I'm literally just going to start recording and just say something very basic. What's going on, guys? This is Dan here. I'm testing out the Osmo Pocket 3. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the audio quality from this impressive unit with that 1-inch sensor. We've got a little bit of a controlled setup here. We've got 2 studio lights. We've got a cool little fill light behind me. And I would love your thoughts. This is from the 1-inch sensor, the Osmo Pocket 3. We're using 4K 25 frames per second with the internal microphone systems. So what is the audio quality like? Let's go to the Osmo Pocket 1. I'm now using the original Osmo Pocket 1. I found again that the screen is a little misleading here. It feels like I have to push the system further away to get me in the frame, but this is 4K 25 frames per second on the original Osmo Pocket. The audio is directly from the Osmo Pocket, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Has it been significantly improved on the new Osmo Pocket 3, or does the Osmo Pocket original still hold up against the new DJI release? Again, controlled environment, 2 studio lights, I've got a fill light behind me, and everything is being recorded directly on the original Osmo Pocket. So for the rest of the video now, we're just going to show you some more side-by-side clips, just so you can make your mind up as to how much the Osmo Pocket 3 has advanced over the original Osmo Pocket. There'll be some full widescreen shots from each unit, so you can see it in its full glory, and then as it's kind of cropped, so then you can see both side by side. Again, I held the units very close together. I literally held them like this. So hopefully you'll see the actual difference and you can make your mind up as to how much the new one has improved. Keep tuned to the channel. There'll be a bunch more Osmo Pocket 3 content, and stay around because the rest of the video will show you more of the comparison. And I would love your thoughts in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching. I'll chat to you very soon. Peace out.